Welcome to the Thermoplex in Chicago, Illinois, as the Chicago Warriors look to close out their season with a hopeful fourth win, a potential shake-up at the top end of the standings, whereas Minnesota are looking to close out a potential equal best 10-2 record. They would match season 22's 10-2 and also push themselves up well into the first round bye contention. Alongside me to unpack the matchup between Chicago and Minnesota is none other than Ramos Lynn. Ramos, what's going on tonight? I hope you're looking forward to the Monday game, but meanwhile we've got some action here. What are your keys to the game here tonight?
I mean, for Chicago, they need to start this game off fast. You know, Minnesota is one of the best teams in the league, and if they want to have a chance here at home, they really have to start off fast. They will receive the football to start the game. I like that from Chicago. Try to put points on the board first and really put the pressure on Minnesota.
This Minnesota unit has not taken any kind of step backward in the two seasons. They've been right at the top of this 2K4 era. As this kick will be sent away, Chicago gets opening honors. Return from just inside of the end zone, up past the 20 to the 25 and no further, and that's where Chicago will begin their opening drive, led out by quarterback type attack. The backs Norman Gus and JW Doyle. Fullback Dean Jackson is inactive. Wide receivers Kyle Finnemore, Brian Arlovsky, Buchanan Simons, and Joel Fullerton. Tight end Paulie Truth, Matty Mack, Kobe Beef, and Jess Fullerton make up the offensive line. Twins off to the left. Here to open proceedings, Minnesota trying to rush a potential fourth or fifth blitzer on the left-hand side. Attack's just going to play fake here, goes back across his body. That was a one-on-one matchup there with Buchanan Simons. Coming up second best there was Derek Meerkat with a deflection.
Yeah, and a three-man front here for Minnesota. You know, there's one of those cases where you as an offensive coordinator or, you know, as an offense, you see that and it's like, okay, maybe we can try to run the ball here on second down. Now they put four defensive linemen, so maybe another pass is going to come.
I have got Chloe Meerkat, undrafted free agent, as a second defensive tackle. Patak's going to roll out. Pressure separated, but he's got a wide open man on the left-hand side. Broke a tackle and kept going for another two or three there on the play. Kyle Finnemore with an early check-in, and that's exactly what you keyed on in the intro there, Ramos. They have to get the ball moving quickly early.
Yes, and Guy Philemon, a really good receiver. You know, former Houston Headhunter. We had to face him quite a bit through the years, and he's, you know, he got overshadowed a little bit by DR Sim and Mike St. Green, two of the best in the biz, but Kyle Finnemore is a very good receiver in its own.
He's been the number one option this season, confirmed midweek. He'd be testing free agency after this game. So looking to close out with a huge one. Another throw from attack, the sidearm. Picks up 13 odd and connects with number 13 for Ryan Arlovsky's first catch of the game.
Yeah, quick start here for Chicago, exactly what they need. Also neutralize that pass rush. Angela Meerkat really feasted last week for 3 sacks against Florida, so they have to really put the foot down, get rid of the ball quickly, and really, you know, limit this pass rush.
2 straight first down completions for type attack. They have not gone to the ground yet in this drive thus far. Attack is 2 for 3. We'll run it up the middle this time with JW Doyle for the first time today. Shut down by Blaine after a 5-yard pickup.
It's still as powerful as ever. JW Doyle, former fullback. You know, get him inside the tackles. You know, if you toss him out to the left, to the right, he's not as effective. But if you hand the ball off in between the tackles, he can be very, very powerful.
Always good for those solid 4 to 5 yard carries as well. Patak's going to throw here on a second down. He will sidearm it again. That time couldn't hold onto it though. Was Paulie Truth. Had it in 2 hands, but it was jarred free from behind.
It was Marsh on the coverage. You had an awesome week last week. As did, you know, in the entire Minnesota defense, to be fair. You know, had takeaways and everything. So really good sticky coverage right there, and a 3rd and medium here for Chicago.
Jubilee Marsh has taken a step forward in his sophomore campaign here in this legend outfit, but Patak's going to have to try and convert. He's thrown it straight to the other team. Not the result Type Attack was wanting there after the momentum he was building. Mark Mello on stats duty tonight has an interception as well.
Yeah, no, that's going to be an exciting stat to put down for Mark Mello. Pretty unorthodox coverage, Mark Mello normally attacking the quarterback. He drops back, gets the interception, and a very solid drive from Chicago. Unfortunately for them, goes for nothing.
Career first interception for Mark Mello. I suspect he won't be having another one anytime soon unless Minnesota keeps up coverage, looks like that. So Reno takes over here and throws it back straight away. Chicago have got the ball back, returning it inside the 5 and just shy of the 10. It's returned all the way back by Sabo Cannon, and Minnesota have given it straight back.
Yeah, and exactly what you are taught not to do as a quarterback. You roll to the right and you throw the ball all the way to the other side of the field, to the other side of the number. So exactly not what to do as a quarterback. Sabo Cannon able to come away with the interception, and Chicago with a very strong start on defense. They have to come up with 7 here, Jacob. They really need to put touchdowns, not field goals, against Minnesota.
That's Sabo's 4th interception in season 23. He's having a campaign for Patak at the shake, the sack, throws incomplete. That was nearly brilliant from Type Attack, but Ryan Arlovsky couldn't complete his second pass of the game and goes incomplete.
That was Mark Mello almost with a double, interception and sack in back-to-back plays, but good job right there by the quarterback not going down. Threw a decent ball, but unfortunately for them, it was incomplete. Slow the pace of the game just a little bit right here. Run the football here on second down, I think.
So, again here. Doyle in the backfield. He's run once, picked up 5 yards in the opening carry. Otherwise, it's been all Type Attack. He will run again. Got caught behind a lot of scrimmage. There's the power of J.W. Doyle. Couldn't quite keep it going to the outside, but it's another one of those real stereotypical 5-yard pickups. And it's got Type Attack into a 3rd and medium here, right up on the goal line. So they're going to have to take a shot at the end zone here, irrespective of how you look at it. Another pro set, offset eye. Doyle in the backfield again. Patak's going to throw. Doyle ran around to the outside. Patak shook another sack. Throws complete at the goal line. No, he didn't get in. Great stop by the legend, but Buchanan Simons with a first down conversion.
Now, what a job. Again, Mark Mello unable to come away with the sack. And Chicago's challenging the spot of the football. They think the ball maybe crossed the line. On first glance, I thought it was a little bit short, Jacob, but let's see the replay.
I thought the official had it right on the spot there, but we'll have a retroactive look at this play brought to you by Erectroid. And it's like the 3rd sack he's shaken off. And it doesn't look like the ball crossed the line at any point in that play, but it certainly was a first down. It just somehow got sandwiched in between those 2 spots, and that's exactly how it works. So what a ridiculous first 2 minutes of this game.
Yeah, it's crazy. It seemed that almost the entire first quarter has gone by with all the activity that we've had, but again, strong start from Chicago. You have to give the ball to J.W. Doyle, I think, or whoever is the running back, at least here on 1st and goal.
Here's Doyle behind Patak. He's going to motion Paulie Truth onto the outside. And Patak's going to keep it, and he rolls in. Did not get any pressure on him. And that's an opening score for the Chicago Warriors, who turned it over not 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, again, awesome start. Like the quarterback's sneak call right there, obviously. At the half-yard line, you just have to punch it in on first down. And, again, this Minnesota defense with a couple of chances to make stops. They did get a pass deflection in the end zone. Mark Mello, a couple of broken sacks, and Chicago capitalizes for 7 points.
Opening score goes to the Warriors. Again, Minnesota turned the ball over through defensive end Mark Mello, and then it was thrown straight back through Sabo Cannon, who's been a bit of an interception machine at that linebacker spot. That play that Chicago ran on the goal line, I saw that 11 times on Friday night with Jack Wigmore, so I've got trauma from just seeing that formation. and it effectively works again, this time for Chicago. So Minnesota are going to get another shot at it here through E.J. Minson, and their second drive of the game. They had the ball for all of 4 seconds on that opening possession.
So decent field position right here for Minnesota. They have only had the ball for one play, and that pass was intercepted. So, try to string first downs together and not get behind the 8 ball quickly.
Forced to show his hand early. He's going to toss the ball to the outside for Colin Hart. This is where they beat teams, and Colin Hart's got a first down and then some. 12-yard pickup on the ground on his first carry.
Colin Hart, I believe, one of those underappreciated legends here in the SFL, has been in the league for so long, back with the Sioux Falls Sparrows. Now with Minnesota, has been the #1 leading back for both of these teams for so long, and so good in the open field.
He inches closer to 1,000 on the season. He leads the league in that category, 976 entering tonight. Throw from Reno, that's caught by Minson for a gain of 14 and a first down.
A really good job on the skinny post right there by Minson, and a good timing right there by the quarterback. You have that clear route by number 18. He goes on the go, and Minson running that kind of skinny post or dagger route right in underneath for a first down, and quickly Minnesota is in Chicago territory.
As quickly as it felt like Chicago had entered Minnesota territory on their opening possession. Now Minnesota is starting to move the ball as well. Brino again, that's caught in contested coverage. Tita Coyne did a phenomenal job there in the situation, picks up a first down.
Yeah, the best throw so far right here by Reno here. I mean, it's a very contested play to the receiver, Tita Coyne, and she has to really stretch her arms for that first down. Really good job here by Minnesota, and the offensive line protecting very well.
It was part of this Chicago/Seattle setup, Tita Coyne. That one's incomplete. Should have been picked off. And almost another pick by a Chicago linebacker there. Matthias Citroen had his hands on that one and couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, Citroen, one of those remaining players from the Seattle Nemesis. And, when we played, Jacob, earlier in the season, we had to face Chicago. These linebackers are very, very good.
So they've been making their mark early. That got thrown through. A defender had a hand up there, but it found its way through to Jason France. And Reno's strong return from that interception continues.
Yeah, and they're involving every receiver. We've seen Minson, we've seen France, we've seen the Queen, we've seen pretty much everybody. Colin Hart in the run. So they are spreading the ball around and keeping the defense guessing. Now they're in the red zone.
Plenty of it to go around. They got 5 receivers and 2 tight ends to try and get involved here, along with the 3 backs that sit behind Reno. This time it'll be a handoff to the outside. Second carry for Colin Hart. Picks up 8, so it's been a ridiculously efficient start. He's now averaging 10 on the ground through 2 carries. Second and short opens the playbook up a bit here.
Yeah, and both runs to the left side. That's the strength of this offensive line, the left side of the offensive line. Again, the power formation is overloaded to the left side of the field.
Reno toss play, same direction. Knox this time is buried behind the line of scrimmage. Great tackle moving forward, and Chicago have got an opportunity to get a hold here.
Not easy to get an open field tackle like that on the pitch, with all those blockers in front of you. Now 3rd down and 3. Looking here for Jason France again.
Reno drop back throws. That's caught by France. Well called, Ramos. First down legend.
Yeah, and that's just a stop route. It's about a 5-yard, turn your back, face the quarterback. And, he's one of the, best targets as far as tight ends right there in the middle of the field. Very, very tough to stop.
6'7", 270. He's a bit hard to miss, Jason France. And now on a goal line eye, they can try and punch Colin Hart in here, you would imagine, with the start that he's had.
Yep.
France is motioned outside here. It'll be a pass out of Reno. He will roll out, throw across his body again. Until he turned the ball over on the opening play of the game for the legend, and he almost did it again there.
Yeah, and, it's one of those things, he really has to get away from that habit of, turning the ball across or throwing the ball across his body. He can turn the ball over more often than not when you do that. Second and goal. I will toss it out to the left right here.
Nate Hall would want that one back now. Reno, handoff this time to the right-hand side. Colin Hart, open space, touchdown legend.
Wow, really good job right there by the blocking. You know, they had the numbers on the left, and that's why I was saying on the left, but really good job by the right tackle. We're going to see here on the replay, the right tackle right there, and also the tight end, really just sealing the edge for the running back to go through and basically goes untouched to the end zone.
Now rolling behind the veteran tackle, Axel Raven, on the ground for most of that drive. That time went towards Brookie Burr, and she got the job done, creating a wide gap for Colin Hart to explode into, and the Legend have matched that opening Chicago score with a 10-play scoring drive, and we're locked up here after 6 minutes at 7 apiece. Not the game we expected at all. This has been a turbulent start here at the Thermoplex. This home Warriors outfit have shown up for this and are going to give Minnesota a real challenge today. That not returned from the back of the end zone. We'll see this Chicago offense once again. Minnesota's defense consists of Angela Meerkat, Mark Mello, Chloe Meerkat, and Max Knight, who we've already highlighted. Matthew Alvarado, Stephen Black, Jason Clay, the linebackers, the defensive backs. David Levers, Nicholas Frossel, Johnny Bravo, Adrian Blaine, Jubilee Marsh, and Derek Meerkat. Twins off to the left here for Patak. Rolls out off the play fake. He's got time. Throws a cross-body. Great play on the ball there from the secondary member there to jar the ball free was Nicholas Frossel.
Yeah. And this is how or where Type Attack is at his best, when you put him on the move, right? You know, he's the most mobile quarterback in the SFL, perhaps. So you have to roll him left, roll him right. You know, either way, he's a very good thrower of the ball outside of the pocket.
Handoff is faked again. This time Patak goes to the air. Caught contested. Got up for it was Buchanan Simons. He's got his first grab of the game.
Another one of those SFL legends that don't get the credit that they deserve, as Buchanan Simons, former Charleston Predator, caught so many passes. One of the best deep targets in the SFL over the last 10 or 12 seasons, to be honest. Gets another one.
He's been good in his return campaign. It took a minute to get acclimated with this roster, but he's had a really excellent campaign. And up at the middle to Norman Gus. Gus can't get more than a yard there. Plugged up the middle by Meerkat after a gain of 1.
Yeah, and then this is something that I think Chicago has to work more, towards, for next season. They're 23rd in the league in rushing yards per game. Only 67 rushing yards a game. That really is not going to get it done consistently.
Attack throws, it's incomplete. Tried to find Arlovsky, who's been a popular target early in this game. It's his third target, but couldn't come up with it. Now it's a 3rd down and long. Chicago completed twice on 3rd down in that opening 2 possessions. Try and do so again here. This time it's a longer 9 yards required, so Attack will spread 4 of his receivers out here. Drops back. Pressure didn't get there. Throws Buchanan Simons. Speak of which, the deep threat has checked in once again.
Yeah, this offense, this passing offense is absolutely cooking right now. Chicago, number 3 in the league in passing yards per game at 233 passing yards per game. And Type Attack has pressure in his face as soon as he finishes drop back. It's not an easy thing to do, to throw the ball deep when you have pressure on your face. And he does it extremely well. That looked like cover 0 from Minnesota, something that you don't see very often.
Yeah, David Levers got caught behind the man there and paid the price for it. Attack now, play fake again. This time, Chloe Meerkat all over it. Nothing happening there for Type Attack. And a great read by the inside line. And Minnesota gets us 6 yards back.
Yeah, and finally Minnesota able to come up with the sack. They've been able to hit Type Attack a couple times without being able to get the sack. And second and 16 here for Chicago. You have to throw the ball probably short, intermediate. Try to at least get back to field goal range before you think of getting the first down.
Just got to shake that one off there. And drops back again. This time he's going to be pursued. Has to throw it off the back foot. And caught by Arlovsky. The safety valve again for Type Attack. It's an 18-yard pickup for Ryan Arlovsky. And another first down.
Yeah, the arm talent for type attack is ridiculous. I mean, back a couple plays ago, you saw that deep throw to Buchanan Simons now off his back foot. You know, Chicago may be 3-8. You know, obviously they're thinking of next season, not before the end of this game, but they're thinking about next season. They do have the quarterback of the future, I think.
Chloe Meerkat again on the double, though. And in fact, this time it's Mark Mello. He's got a sack and an interception.
Finally, Mark Mello able to come around and finish the job, get the sack on the quarterback. And that is, you know, it was just too many men, you know, attacking the quarterback just for the offensive line to cover.
I hate to cut you off there, Ramos. That happened way too quickly. He was gone. The line did not even see him. Again, Mello got there, but this time, Patak got rid of it, and Paulie Truth has a first down.
Paulie Truth, again, one of those Seattle Nemesis players. Very good tight end. And again, it's another skinny post situation here. One-handed grab right in front of the corner.
Just like that, Chicago find themselves back in the Minnesota red zone here inside this opening quarter. Second time they've been down here. They converted last time. 8 yards to go. Patak short throw. That's a wonky one, and it's incomplete. Couldn't quite find Buchanan Simons.
Miscommunication right there on the shallow crosses. You know, that's a double shallow cross, very common concept. But one of them has to run it at about 4 yards, the other one at 6 yards, and it looks like both of them ran it at 5. And so they collided with each other.
And to redraw on the sideline there. Now in a pro set, they're going to... J.W. Doyle has not had a touch in this drive. He'll get one here. Got past one. J.W. Doyle picks up a couple of yards, gets them a little bit closer. So Patak can't rush it in here on this play. They're going to have to try something a little bit different here with 6 yards to go.
Yeah, third down and goal, tricky situation. You're at the 6-yard line. You can throw the ball easily in double coverage. He has to be careful.
Patak throws back of the end zone. It's too big for Paulie Truth. And Minnesota gets a hold here on this drive, but well inside field goal range.
But it's not a bad throw by type attack. You know, you're basically in a situation where you throw it up. If your wide receiver doesn't get it, then nobody gets it. Obviously, you want to come up with a touchdown, but it's incomplete. It's fine. You can still get 3 points and retake the lead.
Definitely went to the right target there. 1-on-1 match up there with Paulie Truth. And that field goal is up and through, and Chicago reclaims the lead.
You know, all in all, things considered, Jacob, great start from Chicago in this first quarter. It's unbelievable that we're still in the first quarter, but we still are. And 10 points against this defense, really good job so far.
Again, we expected Minnesota to feel quite comfortable in this matchup. That has not been the case here. This kickoff is left well short, and it will be returned by Minchin up past the 40 to the 45. Chicago are going to, at certain points today, miss the absence of Christian Ronald-Sui, who's also inactive for this game. And that one you see there, that was a free opportunity for EJ Minchin to get really good return yardage.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, you know, we know it now where the wind is blowing right now. Mickey Malillo had that kick going, you know, from right to left on your screen. That went for a touchback. And this kick fell well short. It was at about the 25-yard line where it was fielded. That's going to be important, you know, for field goals, you know, any long field goals for the rest of the game.
No doubt about it. Throw now. Jason France gets that one, picks up 5-second catch of the game for him. So again, Reno converting well here since that turnover on the opening play of the Legends performance.
We'll see if they snap the ball here before the end of the first quarter.
Sport Twins off to the left. They will hand off to Colin Hart. Got a run to the outside and will pick up a first down. So a good call from the sideline there by Axel Raven. And that takes us into quarter time. Here we get a quick break to try and recover from what's been a real turbulent start here at the Thermoplex. Chicago leads Minnesota in a shock upset. Upset watch here. 10 points to 7. But straight away, thanks to that good return yardage from EJ Minchin and a quick first down, Minnesota is already in Chicago territory. 5 wide for Reno, drops back, good blocking up front, got it over the top, but the deflection saw it swift away from the intended target there and falls incomplete. Alex Bond with his second deflection of the game.
Yeah, and this is a very important game. Chicago trying to play spoiler for Minnesota. And Minnesota, man, there's a few teams watching this very closely. The Scorpions are watching this closely. The Aztecs, even the Canton Classics. I don't know if a 10-2 with a tie, who gets the #1 spot. We'll have to check with Cam Irvine on that. I mean, Minnesota in common games did beat Florida. I guess Canton did as well.
That's a great point. Reno drops back. France again. Caught inside the red zone. Great throw from Reno Fonte's tight end for the 3rd time today.
And another good throw right there by Johnny Reno. And, you know, the middle of the field has been an issue for both defenses so far. We've seen Jason France come away with a couple catches. We've seen Buchanan Simons get loose. And, you know, these safeties have to do a better job covering the middle of the field.
5 wide again. They completed out of this formation last time. Reno drops back. Too big. What a pick. One-handed in the back of the end zone by K-Magic. And that's your retroactive nice hands catch of the game, brought to you by Retro. Put a Retro handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K23.
He threw it up for grabs almost. That was pretty good coverage by the corner, and the safety was there as a second layer. Comes up with a one-handed interception. And Chicago, 2 picks so far in this first half.
Nate Hall with the interception. And now Chicago can take back over. They've got the lead and possession back. JW Doyle around the middle. That's shy of his average so far today. Only a 2-yard pickup.
And Chicago right now with the lead. Settle down. That's a good run here on first down. Not for a lot, but positive yardage. Get ahead of the sticks.
Try it again here. Gus is in the backfield this time. With fullback offset to the left. Patak drops back though, throws it into the backfield. That's JW Doyle. Got a stiff arm on the first defender that got there was Frossel and picks up a first down.
Good job right there on the clear route right there. It's another shallow cross. Better ran this time. And the corner goes with it. This is man-to-man coverage. So the corner goes with the receiver. Leaves JW Doyle wide open in the flat. Good concept right there against man coverage.
Going up past the 30, so they've amassed 13 yards through 2 plays here, and that gets Chicago right back to where they were in that opening quarter. Delayed play action, roll out again from Patak, throws. That's incomplete one-on-one coverage. It's the second time we've seen Finnemore targeted deep down the left-hand side of the field, but couldn't connect there.
Yeah, and it looked like Patak had a receiver open underneath. But he tried to go deeper. The pass was incomplete. Good job by the DB breaking that play down.
Set eye here. Split receivers again. And Patak's going to keep it to himself. Tried to stiff arm a linebacker. I don't know about that tie. He picks up 5 yards.
Yeah, you gotta learn to slide down on that. I mean, Ty Patak again, best running quarterback in the league, but you gotta learn to slide and, you know, not put your body at risk or the football at risk.
He's got Ty Patak. He wants all the smoke. He'll try and get 100% every play. Patak throws. That's deflected away. So Minnesota gets a hold after the turnover there forced by Adrian Blaine, or rather Angela Meerkat there in the secondary. And that will force Chicago to punt this one back.
Yeah, and it's a few times where Minnesota has ran that zone blitz concept. I think they actually got their interception on that zone blitz, play.
Turn from the 15 by Minchin up past the 22, the 28, and that's where Minnesota will take over. So that interception really nullified, but it was certainly an opportunity to score points on that previous drive. They'll be looking to try and correct that again. Second turnover of the day for Johnny Reno fairly uncharacteristic. He's been good at protecting the football this season, but so far the Chicago secondary has done a good job of unsettling him, and this is the formation that's been causing some problems. He's going to an empty back set again. Chicago plays their defensive backs nice and close. Reno absorbs some pressure. Caught for the first time today by Adiza Powell for a first down.
Yeah, right in between the zone. Great throw right there. Great timing. In between the corner and the linebacker, you cannot wait a lot, because if you wait a little bit more, Matthias Citrion is putting the wide receiver in the hospital.
Close call there, but Reno gets the ball moving here. Single back off to the right. I've not seen much of the run at all today from Minnesota, so a real change in the manuscript for the legend. That's a run, though, to the outside for Colin Hart. So essentially, when called upon, he's been outstanding. That's his worst carry of the day, and it was still 7 yards.
Yeah, they have not ran up the ball a lot. It's been mostly throws. And that's going to keep Colin Hart's legs fresh. Only his 5th carry of the game.
Isaac Knox has only had 1 carry as well. He's in the backfield here, and will get his 2nd of the game. Got it to the outside. He is dragged down, but not without a fight after he picked up 4.5 in the first down.
His first carry went for a -1 yard, and now finally gets in the positive yardage. Minnesota really mixing the pass and the run now.
3 wide again out of the single back short throw. Is caught and picked up and dumped. Was the receiver there in Tita Queen, but it's another 8-yard pickup. So this has been another very efficient possession here from the legend. Opens up the playbook here on a 2nd down and short. Colin Hart sits behind Rob Henson Jr. at the fullback spot. Hand off to the left-hand side. Tried to get there, but Carr just pushed forward. Had no interest in letting that Chicago defense drag him behind the line of scrimmage. He picks up the first down.
Minnesota, again, best drive probably of the game so far. I mean, just mixing the passing and the runs, keeping the quarterback clean in the pocket.
Chicago got 3 up front here. They fan him right out, and they're going to get a result out of it as well, as the running back Colin Hart is drumped right at the line of scrimmage by Doug Day.
Doug Day's third solo tackle of the game so far. Lurking here in the box.
Fan the alignment out one more time here. Reno throws. That's yard free, incomplete. So an opportunity here for the Warriors to get a stop here, as Jay Taylor's first target is incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
3rd down, 9 yards to go, and it's going against the wind. This was exactly what I'm talking about, Jacob. I don't know if this is field goal range, even with Mickey Malillo.
Wind has certainly played a factor here. That throw is caught. It won't matter. They picked up the first down. Broke the tackle there was Craig Mann for a first down.
Yeah, surgical throw right there. Is just a quick slant route and right in the numbers, as the DB was right in front trying to get the pick. Good coverage, but a better throw.
So that's all 5 of Minnesota's receivers at least targeted. Taylor's the only one to not have a catch here. And Ackerman is yet to be sighted as well, but France has 3. So Reno again spreading the ball out to everyone. This time, though, he's going to absorb a sack. Buried in the backfield for a 4-yard loss.
Here comes the big guys right there for Chicago. They overwhelm the offensive line, and right around the outside, they converge on the quarterback. 2nd and 14. Really important play here for Chicago, trying to push them out of field goal range again.
Sean Parrott's 3rd solo sack on the season here, and that pushes the legend back a touch. Just outside of the red zone now. Reno's going to roll around again, and he's nailed behind the line of scrimmage for a 2-yard loss. Great pursuit there by Sabo Cannon, who's having a really good game today.
Yeah, and great discipline right there by Sabo Cannon. You know, you have to keep your eyes on the running back who went there for the flat, for the check down. He saw the quarterback, try to sprint, forward to get positive yardage, and he collapsed on him.
his 12th tackle for loss on the season. The handoff up the middle is going to pick up some yardage here, and will get them closer to allow Mickey Melillo a fighting chance in the wind here, but great tackle by Doug Day prevents that one from getting any closer.
Yeah, 3rd and 16, you don't have a lot of plays in your playbook to convert 3rd and 16, so at least you give your kicker a better chance at a field goal.
Avoid the turnover, so Melillo sweeps this one straight through the uprights, and it is notched up one more time at 10 apiece.
Good kick right there by Melillo. They tie the
game.
game.
Loft on it, that one as well. This seemed like a risk given the wind, but he snuck it through, and Minnesota are now back equals with Chicago on the road here, trying to force themselves right into the race for the 1 seed. A race that has been shaken up dramatically over the last 2 or 3 weeks of the season. So the Warriors will take back over here just past the 30 at the 31, and really, Ramos, the scoreline's tied, but Chicago have looked like the better outfits. You feel like more of the same here expected.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And on that kick, the ball just traveled to the 10-yard line, so I'm thinking probably about a 12, 13 mile per hour wind. I mean, they don't call this the Windy City for nothing. And, it can really impact the game, especially in a tight game like this.
Absolutely, and especially in a game where Chicago don't have their kicker today. Patak rolls out, got a throw on it, but it was a little too low there for the receiver in Kyle Fenimore, and Johnny Bravo bats it away.
Yeah, and it's another chance where it's a decent throw by Patak, but better coverage by the defense. They have been, rolling Patak to the left way more than the right.
Target a certain area of the defense. That time he drops back short and got rid of it quickly. And Ryan Arlovsky straight away takes this up over halfway.
Good recognition right there by Patak. More blitz coming. Minnesota is blitzing on most plays so far, and he just connects with his receiver on the skinny post. And again, Chicago past midfield.
It's Arlovsky's 3rd of the game here, and gets them inside Minnesota territory. Offside eye fan, one of these linemen out to the side. Patak motioned outside, got rid of it. Patak nearly was sacked there, and thankfully it's harmlessly complete. Before we get to this next play, let's take a quick check-in on the other side of this block here with Cameron Irvine.
Thank you, Jacob. It hasn't been Motor City's season, and it hasn't been their night tonight, but watch this play. King Jackson, boink! Phil Koss on the other end of it makes the catch, and Motor City gets a touchdown at the end of the play, or end of the drive, rather. 24-7 as Chicago gets into scoring position. Back to you.
That's the 2nd for Kyle Fenimore, and we're now looking at another Chicago drive that has gone deep into Minnesota territory.
Yeah, all day to throw right there by Ty Patak, connects with his receiver. I mean, he's been throwing the ball all over the yard, and he's been successful about half the time. Even though it seems like he's played better than his numbers really will indicate. 10 of 21 for almost 200 yards.
Patak absorbs some pressure, caught, great grab from Ryan Arlovsky. Had a defender draped all over him, and he was still able to hang on to it for his 4th of the game. And Chicago are right back in the red zone.
Another frozen rope right there for Ty Patak, getting his protection, getting a clean pocket, and in double coverage, able to connect.
2-minute warning as Ty Patak surpasses 200 yards in the half. Chicago's 6 yards away from another score here. Boy, have they shown up for this one. Joker's formation, single receiver up to the bottom. Minnesota's going to stack the box here. Patak's going to throw against it. It's caught on the outside for a pickup of 3 by Paulie Truce. So not a bad play. Gets them closer here. And surely these are the situations where J.W. Doyle is one of the most valuable players in the league to have here on the goal line. And got 2 backs split on the outside. Single receiver up the top. Again, a tight box from Minnesota. Attack's going to scramble, and he'll pick up a second rushing touchdown on the day.
Yeah, I really like how they're calling this quarterback sneaks. You know, it's at opportune times. He slides down. We'll see if he crosses the line. I know that at the end, it clearly crossed the line, but it's from the moment that you start to slide down. They're not going to challenge that when Minnesota is, and the touchdown will stand. I mean, it really makes a huge difference, Jacob, when you can turn these red zone drives into touchdowns.
And with 90 seconds left on the first half clock, Minnesota again hit quickly with a fast Chicago drive and the second rushing touchdown of the day for Type Attack. So another kick into this breeze. Let's see if the backup kicker can get this one with reasonable distance, and he can. Returned by DeQueen this time, or Craig Mann rather, up towards the 30, stopped just shy at the 29. Minnesota still plenty of time to mount up a scoring drive of their own here.
Yeah, and Minnesota, to your point, plenty of time, 3 timeouts, 128, just at least to get in field goal range. Try to get in field goal range again. Excuse me, with the receivers that you have, Tito Queen, Deezer Powell, Quackman, Jay Taylor hasn't been targeted, and EJ Minson as well. You can really stretch the field, and they go 5 wide receivers here.
Absolutely. Taylor and Minson have been targeted, just haven't found the catch yet, so Marino's at least looked at each of his weapons today. Drops back, can't quite get there with the pressure, and it's found open space again for Team DeQueen, and straight away, Minnesota are back inside Chicago territory.
Yeah, I just took him one play, and that's a busted coverage right there. I think the safety needed to, keep the deep left third, but went with the go route.
Could not have been more open there. Team DeQueen cannot give her that kind of space. Reno again throws. That's caught for another 20-odd yard pickup, and it's DeQueen again, and now a timeout called by the legend.
Yeah, and you still have 2 remaining. You can keep throwing the ball middle. You can even run it here. Like if you really like the defensive front, you can even run it here because you still have 2 timeouts.
Both of these secondaries are getting flamed in the second quarter. Minnesota dropped back again. Throw caught by France. Broke the tackle but ran out of bounds before he could turn it upfield. 6-yard pickup, stops the clock at 57 seconds.
Really good orchestrated drive here for Minnesota. Going deep, going short, kind of keeping the defense of Chicago guessing.
Also, lots of people in the chat early. It's the T DeQueen and Doug Day matchup tonight, and Doug's going to need to try and close that. He can't afford the space that these Minnesota receivers are getting at the moment. Reno drops back again. They brought pressure. Jason France is wide open. He is down inside the 1. It was almost a capital Viva la France moment, but he's down at the 1-yard line.
And the seam has killed Chicago. What we refer to as the seam is basically right in the zone of the hash marks. Right? Those hash marks, that area of the field, it has completely killed the Warriors so far.
Most of the time, like 2 receivers and only 1 corner on that side of the field, Ramos. I wonder if they abort here and throw the ball. Reno will. He'll drop back, absorbs pressure. He's gone! Sacked in the backfield there. Chicago gets a huge play. Minnesota don't run it on the goal line, and they're forced to call a timeout after a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, and that's the difference right now with, in this game so far. Chicago able to convert on those, get touchdowns at the 1-yard line. Minnesota in risk of not able to punch it in the end zone.
Sack given to Connor O'Shaughnessy there. Drop back from Reno. This time he's found Jay Taylor. First catch of the game, and Minnesota are going to tie us back up again.
And they attack the seam again in that post route.
Same area of the field, all drive.
Yep, same exact area of the field. Right there, right in the hash mark. Right in the hash mark. Chicago has been unable to cover that part of the field.
And he's a tough pill to swallow for the Warriors. They'll need to readjust at halftime. It's still 40 seconds left on the clock here. The way that these two offenses have been playing, that's still plenty of time for Chicago to do something on this forthcoming possession. As highlighted there, that drive only took 49 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, especially since, again, the kicker has the win against them. Chicago has 3 timeouts and 43 seconds.
Nicky Melillo's going to try and pin this one deep. He's done a good job because that's going to be right inside the end zone there. And it'll be returned up past, good spin move there, and gets it up past the 25 to the 28. There, John Fullerton, easy money on special teams duty today. Hasn't been targeted. It makes an impact there on the return. And Chicago have got 70-odd yards here to try and get a score out before the half.
Yeah, not terrible field position at the 28. Definitely better than starting at the 20. 38 seconds left. And basically, kind of, this is what I will do. You take a play in which you have about an intermediate route. If it's there, you throw it. If it's not, you can check it down or something like that.
Oh, abandon the roll. J.W. Doyle copped one, but the tack got some time. Throws it's caught by Kyle Finnemore again for a first down. They don't stop the clock here. It'll keep rolling inside 25 seconds, so nothing urgent here from Chicago to win the half.
Yeah, and after that play, I will actually call a timeout, right? You're at the 41-yard line with, again, win in your favor. You can get 25 more yards and try a field goal.
We've got it up to the 40 here. Patak's going to throw again. Oh, shook the sack. Type attack. Oh, and it was almost intercepted on the follow-up there. Johnny Bravo nearly had a pick. It was targeted at Paulie Truth again. And Type Attack's just going to have to settle this one down and take it to half with a score tied.
Yeah, 2nd down and 10. It looks like they're going to come up with 2 backs. Maybe, right? They do have 3 receivers, though.
The third one tucked in the line there. Attack will throw. Gone around again. Mark Mello. Bye-bye Type Attack for a 3rd time today.
Yeah, I mean, they've ran that double blitz, till the wheels come off, pretty much.
Angela Meerkat's got her 2nd on the day. So Mello's got 1. Meerkat's got 2. That's where the half ends. What an entertaining first half. 2 offenses just airing the ball out as much as they possibly can. And we've got 17 apiece at halftime. Ramos Lynn unpacked in about 30 seconds what we just saw.
Well, a lot of throwing. We've seen a number of sacks for both teams. Minnesota already has 4 sacks here in the first half. Chicago also with a couple of them. And, Minnesota, slow start, got intercepted early. Chicago jumped on them front, but they've done a good job at neutralizing Type Attack, at least in production, right? 13 of 26. They really need to come up with a big play to start the second half, as they will get the ball to try to pull away.
The bigger player of the half, but it's going to be given to Type Attack for those 220 passing yards. When we get back to it at the Thermoplex, let's take a quick halftime break presented by Breaks GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
An Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Breaks GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Breaks GPT offers you a shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community collectors on the Breaks GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at a humongous headliner on the website breaksgpt.com. Another short kickoff here, returned by Midget up past the 30 to the 38, and again, Chicago really feeling the effects of this wind today and the lack of a contract kicker.
Yeah, it really hurts you. Kickers matter in more ways than one. It's not only the field goals, the game-winning kicks, but it's a lot of, this field position. Minnesota starting the ball at their own 38-yard line. And, against an offense as explosive as the Legend, it's not something that you can afford to do.
Really doesn't leave them much to gain here in order to get in scoring position. Especially with the win now in Mickey Malillo's favour. Colin Hart with an early spin move picks up 3 yards. So he's only had 8 attempts in this game. That's really shy of what he's been accomplished this season. But he has hit that 1,000-yard mark on the campaign. Unlikely to be surpassed here this season in terms of regular season totals. He's top of the league in rushing attempts and rushing yards. So those team stats almost identical passing-wise, but Minnesota's got the advantage in the rushing game, which they go back to here as Isaac Knox picks up 4 yards and gives them a 3rd down and short.
Yeah, 3rd down and short right there, and then you have options. Jason France has been quiet as of late. It looks like a running formation here.
Colin Hart's back in here behind Henson, who's off to the left. It'll be a run to the outside. Hart had work to do, but Chicago got the pressure there, and he's dumped the line of scrimmage there, and a good tackle. Stops the drive with a quick 3 and out.
Good job on the outside in pursuit. The first man cannot tackle him, but the safety's right there to make the stop. And how long since we've seen a punt?
Yeah, unbelievable as Mickey Malillo back to punt this one away. And boys, you got some distance on this in that wind. It's going to fall a little too far and will bounce into the end zone there. An opportunity to try and get that one into the corner there from deep inside his own half. Doesn't quite get it inside that direction. And Chicago can take over here. They had a little scare at the end of that last drive as Minnesota pushed down the field quickly. They can go back to it here with a fresh possession. The wind hasn't really played much of an effect on the passing for time attack, that's for sure and certain. He's got 2 receivers to the outside here. Drop back. He's got receivers all over the shop. Throws it outside. That's caught for a 6-yard pickup as Kyle Finnemore runs it out of bounds.
That was the first punt of the game for Minnesota, by the way. First punt of the game, sorry. Chicago did have one at the start of the second quarter, but it's basically been either points or interceptions so far in this game.
Backfield here, single receiver over the left. Throws, it's caught. Got work to do here. Is the fullback, and he's got to get it back to the line of scrimmage, and does. And it'll be a net gain of 1 by the looks of it there for John Fullerton. And now with a 3rd down and 5 upcoming.
Touchdowns or interceptions, I meant to say. Yeah, now regular nickel defense making another switch here on defense for Minnesota.
And Emotion Arlovsky, who was originally a tight end there, they've got Paulie Truth in as a fullback in a lot of these formations today. Play fake, go away from it. Patak throws. It was a one-on-one matchup on the outside. The receiver couldn't quite get free, and Chicago has stopped straight away as well.
Back-to-back punts. We only had 1 punt in the first half. Now back-to-back punts, and his defenses have finally settled down, it seems.
Defensive adjustments at halftime taking effect here. So 2 drives straight away, resulting in 3 and outs. As Ruesch will punt this one away here, up over halfway again. That wind is insane, because this is going to be fielded basically just shy halfway with a flag that might push. Yeah.
Roughing the punter? No, it was clipping, sorry.
I was going to say, it looked like there was something there that was going to push Minnesota back, and that's indeed the case here. Didn't see anything on the punter. Hard to tell when the camera pans away that quickly. Now Reno back to it here. He had it just shy halfway, so that clipping penalty is a hurtful one because they lose 15 yards. Still otherwise decent field position. Hand off straight up the middle to Colin Hart. Beat 1 defender and a second, and gets 6 yards out of a play that looked like it was only going to get 2.
Minnesota approaching 100 yards now, up to right around 80 yards rushing. Colin Hart has 54 of them.
He's averaged a cool 5.5 yards per carry here. This time it's Isaac knocks it up the middle, and a generous 3-yard pickup there on the spot, and he'll be a yard shy, so they'll bring Colin Hart back out there to try and convert a third and very short.
Johnny Reno so far 13 of 19, has a couple of interceptions. They're going to toss it again.
Yeah, offset. There, toss play the outside. France got the lead block. He's dumped. Great pursuit. Boy, did they make up for that there. And a really good hold. And guess who? Sabo Cannon again.
Yeah, Sabo Cannon has had that one on lock. This has the rest of this Chicago defense. What a great stop.
He's really closing in on an excellent campaign. So Malillo with his second punt of the half, again, as you highlight, having not had one in the opening term. And so we returned up past the 15 to the 20 by Finnemore, and Chicago gets it right back.
Yeah, I mean, for Chicago, you know, again, it's a tie ball game. You really haven't ran the ball at all. I mean, it's only 15, check that. 11 rushing attempts so far this game. You really need to put a little bit of balance, I will say.
Offset eye here. And the motion receiver outside. You're absolutely right. Jeremy Doyle has been quiet in this game. Patak drops back, throws across. That's caught for a gain of 11. And a first down pickup. Brian Orlovsky has been impressive today.
Yeah, 5th grab of the game for Ryan Orlovsky, in between the corner and the safety. Good job in protection also by the offensive line.
Doyle back in behind Patak. Offset eye once more. They've rubbed this formation today. Throw, that's caught again. So Orlovsky at that tight end position has been absolutely cooking today. Second straight catch, second straight first down.
Yeah, and again, Minnesota coming with the blitz. Type attack knows he's got to get rid of the ball quickly. Just past the linebackers, Brian Orlovsky, approaching 100 yards.
5 yards shy of that number on excellent efficiency. And they keep it going here. They're 5 shy of halfway. Doyle, they love this play fake. He rolls out to the left again. Throw caught over the back. And he's going to get it inside the 25. Kyle Finnemore again.
Another great rollout right there by Type Attack. Clean right there back. I mean, he could have scrambled, honestly, maybe for the first down, but decides to go deep to Kyle Finnemore, who now gets 100 yards himself.
He's hit the century mark. So it felt like Arlovsky was far the leader in terms of the receiving columns today, but Kyle Finnemore with one of the quietest 100-yard performances you'll see here today. Patak shakes another sack. Almost caught by Arlovsky. Boy, that would have been a highlight play, but it's jarred free. And settling the nerves there was David Leathers.
32nd pass attempt right here for Type Attack so far in this ball game.
Keeping it going, though. They have not gone to the ground at all. This Chicago offense, it is all through Type Attack. He is swarmed again, and this time he can't shake it free. He was met straight away by Mark Mello.
Yeah, and again, they're rushing and rushing and rushing, and this offensive line, you know, I think they've played an okay game, but you know, they have to be like really getting tired of this blitzes. And, you know, this is why, you know, I call upon the run. You know, have those linemen move forward and try to, you know, push defensive linemen on their backs.
He was completely unmarked there, Mark Mello. And they paid the price. Patak's going to drop back again. It's caught! Buchanan Simons inside goal to go.
Been quiet so far here over the last couple of quarters. After having a really couple of sensational grabs, gets his third outstanding catch of the game in tight coverage.
And so here we are again. Chicago have driven all the way downfield, inside goal to go territory. They converted twice today. Can they do it again here? And get type attack a third rushing touchdown on the board. Throws outside, almost had it. It was just free from behind. Oh, they'll want that one back. Forced incomplete there of the hands. And just had it in two hands and lost it.
That was a great route, sadly unable to come up with the catch, but that was a great play call by the offensive coordinator.
Go to a goal line eye here. They need 6 yards for a score. Don't have to get it all here. That's incomplete and almost intercepted there, flying through to try and knock that route off. There almost had an interception was Jubilee Marsh.
Yeah, I think Patak misread the coverage right there. Probably he thought the safety was going to cover Simons, but instead went to the outside.
So Patak now at risk of gashing that perfect record here in the red zone. Handoff is faked, drops back, he's got time, throws back in the end zone, he kept the feet in! Kyle Finnemore!
It's a great play fake, and we'll see the replay. On first glance, I think that's incomplete, Jacob, but we shall see.
Controversy.
Hopefully we can get a good look at it on the replay. I think that's going to be good enough.
Oh, I reckon you're right. I think he just didn't quite get his angles right there. We'll see if Minnesota challenge this.
Wow, they decide
do
not.
not. Minnesota keeps the flag in. Wow, Axel Raven, question mark. Please answer. Chicago's got the lead again. Extra point is up at third, and Chicago are now 3 for 3. When they get into goal-to-go territory, they get scores.
On first glance, I thought he was out. On the replay, it was obvious that he was out. And, wow, puzzling for Minnesota to keep the red handkerchief.
I think Axel Raven left it in the halftime locker room. Because that for sure felt like it was going to be challenged, but it stays as was called, and Minnesota get right back to it here with a good return by E.J. Minchin up past the 30 to the 31, and after back-to-back punts, Chicago gets it back going again, and Minnesota are forced to answer once more.
Another toss play, I think, left.
All right, has been good when called upon.
Oh, no.
Reno will drop back, and it's on 2 hands. Almost had it was Alex Bond. Boy, he does not drop those very often.
What a great job by him anyway. I mean, he didn't come up with an interception, but basically covered 2 players right there, standing right in between both receivers. He was in position to cover either one of them. That's great coverage by the safety.
Single back off to the right here. Same formation as before. Reno drops back, and again, Jason France had 2 defenders all over him there. Nothing doing. 3rd down and long straight away.
Yeah, and if I'm Chicago, I'm unleashing the dogs right now. I'm at least sending a linebacker, if not both, to the quarterback.
Empty backfield, 5 wide here for Reno. Drops back. Chicago doesn't get pressure there. There's a lineman pursuing. Reno's going to check it down himself and gets to the first down marker. If he slid, he would have been short. Puts his body on the line, and he gets the result.
Yeah, Reno has some legs now. That's exactly what I was saying. You have to put a little bit of pressure on him at least. You cannot just sit back with 3 men rushing, because, he can gash you just like that.
How do you think I will add to that play? 2 hands for beginners, Johnny. That's a little risky having that in one hand there and just turning it back on a defender. Well, they get the result. Colin Hart up the middle. Beat the second defender. Picks up 5 yards. And again, his efficient afternoon continues. We're starting to see a bit more attention in the second half as Minnesota try and calm things down.
Colin Hart up to 59 yards rushing and a touchdown. This is the play where they've been tossing it out to the strong side of the field.
Called again. Outside's Hart. Picks up 4 there and just shy of the marker. In fact, that was Isaac. Knocks the second tail back on the roster. Hasn't had the afternoon that he's usually been having. This is a backfield that tends to get a heap of touches between the two of them, but it's been more through the air today for the legend. Colin Hart back in here in an offset eye. Now they go up the middle. Colin Hart gets the first down.
Good job right there by the blocking outside, including Ackerman.
And now back up over halfway. Caesar Ackerman hasn't been targeted yet, but as always is making his own impact in that run blocking column when they've brought 2 tight ends onto the field. And Reno will drop back again. Had protection. Great throw. Got it up over the defense again. And it's a second catch of the day for Deezer Powell. And they're now in the red zone.
Speaking about deep targets right there, Deezer Powell just in a simple go route. Cover 1 right there for Chicago. The safety obviously not there on time, not even close. And beating the back of the defensive back, that's poor coverage by the corner.
Single back again, offset throws. That's incomplete. Threw it straight at the tight end there. And Sabo Cannon put the pressure on. I'm trying to work out what on earth is going on in this YouTube chat at the moment. Brett Killian's eating cake. JW Hartshorn is hungry. Cliff Allen thinks Arizona's playing, and then everyone else is just watching the game and cheering on their team. We appreciate all the viewership tonight on what's been a really good final game of this Saturday night block. Reno, he's hit as he threw, and that jarred at 3, put it in a rescue area of the field, but it falls incomplete. And now a 3rd down and 10 upcoming to try and get a major score.
Yeah, and it seems that they will go with 4 wide receivers this time. Again, try to put a little bit of pressure on Reno. Looks like they won't.
Yeah, they're going to motion hard out to the outside. And he will drop back, throw. Taylor had heaps of coverage around him. Did what he could. And in the end, it's incomplete. But probably did the right thing to try and get that one out of bounds. Just so it wasn't intercepted. But just felt like not the right decision there from Johnny Reno. So Mickey Malillo will trot back out here. And we'll finally have a drive where the score wasn't extended by Chicago by 7 or equal by Minnesota. Swings it from right to left. Oh, Malillo, he flirted with it there. And he's kept it inside the upright. He's had a few of those this season. But Mickey Malillo keeps it in. Gee, that was close.
That was really, really close, but still true for 3 points.
Oh, my goodness.
Decent drive right there for Minnesota, making it a 4-point game. The defense really has to come up big here.
Axel Raven's heart rate monitor just started going mental there on the sideline. His watch was swearing at him. Like, my goodness. Mickey Malillo, at this time, his kickoff, he exerts his anger on the kickoff and sends it right out the outside of the end zone. And Chicago takes over here at the 20. And it's an opportunity. This is the chance for the Warriors to really extend this lead out and put some significant pressure on the legend. This is their chance here on this drive. Offset eye straight away. Hand off at the middle. JW Doyle got caught behind a blocker. And Minnesota gets some attention there very quickly. Jason Clay on that tackle.
Yeah, and this really is why, not really having that run game can really hurt you. You're in a position where you have the lead. You want to run, but again, this team, 23rd, that's 3rd last in the SFL in rushing. Only 23 rushing yards this game.
They've just been throwing it all over this Minnesota secondary today, and it has been successful, perhaps not across the course of the season, but in this particular matchup seems to be working a charm for them. And off to the outside again. Doyle's going to try and get some forward progress, but again, Minnesota gets some attention there nice and early, and it's only a pickup of 2 for Doyle, so a quick 3rd down and long upcoming for Chicago at the break here. The Warriors lead 24-20. here in the Thermoplex. Chicago driving here, trying to get this one going again. Only 2 yards picked up on 2 plays here. And drop back from Patak. He rolls out, got through the pressure. Type attack, that is brilliant. Slides for a first down.
Yeah, I mean, he really has some wheels. He really has some wheels. He doesn't even run like a quarterback.
How did he get through?
He runs,
No, my goodness. He might have his lineman.
Yeah, he runs almost like a receiver with a lot of determination. And I like Doyle. I think Gus has potential in the league, but it's hard not to call Type Attack the best runner on this football team.
Handoff is faked again. Patak's going to roll out. Lyman almost got there, thrown across his body, and Arlovsky has plucked it out of thin air.
Again, the arm talent is just insane with Type Attack. Throwing the ball across his body, which again is a no-no for anybody. But just plants his feet and delivers a strike.
That's absurd. What a throw. And just one that, as a coach, you're like, no, absolutely not. But then you realize he is the coach. That's his call. He can do whatever he wants. Type Attack. Gets another first down, roll out again. Minnesota puts pressure. He runs away from it. And it's only a 3-yard pickup there, shut down by Stephen Black after he has just put the team back on his shoulders again. That was still required some catching from Ryan Arlovsky, who's had an outstanding afternoon in his own right. Back in split backfield, single receiver up the top. Lots of pressure up front here from Minnesota once more. Drop back, swarmed, and it's incomplete. Angela Meerkat got home again, nearly had her third.
Great pressure again for Minnesota. Decent job by Patak, at least getting rid of it and throwing it to the feet of his receiver. So it's not going to be no intentional grounding. 3rd and 7, though. You have to put Type Attack on the move, I will say.
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. He ran for it last time, earlier in this drive. Going to motion Paulie Truth across, so it's a quads look now. He'll drop back, pressure, swarmed around the edge, got the completion, it's short by a yard. Tough call there on Paulie Truth as it's called as a 4th and 1.
You have to go for it here. Oh, they're going to punt. Well, at least it's going to... I don't think they're going to fake it.
I wouldn't think so. It's been a hot minute since you've seen one. What a call. David Ruesch. Here we go. Hucks it downfield. It's incomplete. There's a flag down. I think one of the Warriors players got hit illegally here. And it was the punter. Unbelievable, Ramos. It's like you willed that into existence.
Roughing the passer on the punter. I think that's a first. And yeah, what are you doing? It was.
Oh my goodness.
He got too excited. What are you doing?
Goodness me. David Ruesch, that's the best man of his career. Undrafted free agent. And he's had a fake punt that he got a first down out of without even completing the pass. Try and replicate that one, SFL. Offset eye here again. This has been their favourite formation. Arlovsky in the slot, handoff up the middle to J.W. Doyle. That's a 4-yard pickup. That gets his numbers back up again. It's been a tough afternoon for him. It gets him closer.
Yeah, but for standards that we've seen, that's a decent run. Get 4 yards, make it a 2nd and 6. That's not bad at all.
Attack drops out of this formation again. He will run, but he's swarmed and dumped behind the line of scrimmage by Max Knight.
It looks like he had a little bit of a crease, but it closed quickly by Max Knight right there. Great job by the defensive lineman getting to the quarterback.
And now, again, 3rd down and long. He's converted twice here for passes. He throws. It's caught in the end zone. Chicago gets the breakaway score. And Buchanan Simons has your breakaway play of the game presented by Breaks GPT.
That's a dime right there by Type Attack. Again, to the deep threat, Buchanan Simons, just running a go route in the corner, got lost. I mean, it's a blitz. You like to gamble a little bit, expecting a slant, expecting a quick throw, but Buchanan Simons just runs right past him.
Chicago leads it by 11 pending the kick here. That is huge. And now Minnesota are under some real pressure with just over 7 minutes to go. They're now down by 2 scores for the first time today. Off the back of that roughing the passer call on a fake punt. Again, it was surely, of course, this game would give us a never before seen play. And we've just had one, and it's to the benefit of the Warriors here. As this kickoff is returned up past the 30 to the 32. So the Legend now have got some real thinking to do. Down by 2 scores.
Yeah, and I cannot really overstate how good the Warriors have played offensively. This is a team that averages 16 points a game. That's 21st in the Simulation Football League. Against the Minnesota Legend defense that allows 14 points per game. That's only 2 touchdowns. So, again, Chicago scoring twice what they scored, and Minnesota allowing twice what they allow. And, it's been phenomenal closer here. Regardless of how this game ends, it's been awesome for Chicago fans to see.
That throw at Jason Francis incomplete. That's a really good point. Whatever this Warriors coaching unit changed in the week off has worked an absolute charm here. This offense has looked like it's got a complete new lease of life.
And this is a team that has played the good team, the top of the league teams closely. They gave Canton a run for their money. They gave the Aztec. Oh,
Colin Hart beat Bond. It's Doug Day who has to save the day at the back there. Colin Hart, that's comfortably his best run of the game, and that really opens up this Warriors defense once again.
Yeah, it really does. Great blocking on the left-hand side. I'll finish the thought. The game against the Aztecs was a dogfight for a long time. At the end of the day, it was 20-0, but for a long time, the game was like 10-0, and at any point, Chicago could have really gotten closer and potentially looked to win the game. And now against Minnesota, they're winning by 2 scores.
So back off to the left here. Reno drops back, got protection. It was in and out of hands. Cannon nearly had a second. Boy, would that have been a moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Sebo Kanan almost with a pick, and if he gets the pick, it's maybe a pick 6.
Yeah, he had daylight in front of him. Absolutely.
Yeah, that really would have put a nail in the coffin.
Back to the triple again, though. Reno's going to motion one of these receivers across. It's Jay Taylor, who has a touchdown on the board today. Drop back from Reno's a short one. Throws one-handed. Deezer Powell. That was classy.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable catch right there. Not easy right there. Citrion, and wow, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. That's a great catch. Great throw, too. Citrion and Ricky Robinson on the coverage.
Put it right in the window there, Johnny Reno, but still had some work to do. There was Powell. Drops back again here. Throws across. That's incomplete. Ball sent over the back off the tip. Couldn't quite hang on to it there. Was T. DeQueen. And Minnesota can settle things down once more.
Good job finally right there on the scene by the safety. Finally crashing down on time and forcing that incompletion.
Back to it here. Another offset eye look. Spread receivers. One of them is going to be motioned down to the bottom. It's Taylor. Reno, outside handoff. Colin Hart got through one. Doug Day again had to chase him down and prevent a touchdown, but it's still a straight first down run from Colin Hart.
Again, this left side of the offensive line doing wonders on the blocking. And Colin Hart with enough room, now close to 100 yards.
And 15 carries as well. That's absurd efficiency from the veteran back. And again, a reason why he leads the league in rushing yards. That's a run for Isaac Knox up the middle. He is blown up straight away there by Aaron Gooden.
Second down and 11 yards to go. Minnesota, even a field goal will not be bad on this drive. You know, they will get close to 8 points with 5 minutes left.
It would be one of the 2 scores that they need to get back here in the contest. They'd love a touchdown here with, you know, the little clock is left here. 3-man front from the Warriors. It's thrown at the end zone. It's incomplete. They had a shot at it there. And Alex Bond comes up with the play and prevents a touchdown.
Good job again by Alex Bond. He's really had a good second half. In double coverage, tandem coverage to Deezer Powell. Deezer Powell, I mean, really limited to 3 catches only.
Such an important piece. There's 21 combined seasons of experience between the 2 safeties here in Bond and Doug Day. They've both been very active on this position. Bunch formation on 3rd down and long. Reno's going to roll out. There was a lineman there. Couldn't quite get to it. One-handed tip by Alex Bond prevents that from getting to the receiver's hands of Jay Taylor. And they're going to be forced to have this field goal attempt to close it down to 8 points.
Yeah, really good job again by Alex Bond. Now you have to kick the field goal, right? Mika Malillo needs to be called upon to kick a 34-yarder. With the wind to the left, so you know, try to aim this to the right, upright.
The last one swung aggressively, but he got it. This one, he does exactly that. Kicks it right. It stays up the middle, and it's now an 8-point ball game with plenty of time left on that clock.
Okay. Minnesota, it's going to be interesting to see if they attempt the onside kick.
Knowing the tendencies of this league, they would have inside of 3 minutes, but because we've got just a little under 5 left, keep this one deep and hope their defense can get a stop on this incredible Chicago passing offense. Right up the middle here, and got some yardage there was John Fullerton, so that's a big result for the Warriors. Gets it up to the 40.
Yeah, for the Warriors, here on 1st down, even though it has not worked great, you at least have to try to run. At least try. You know, right now the clock is your friend, and you have to take it down as much as you can, even if you only get a yard or 2. You don't have to keep it on the ground, at least on 1st down, I will say.
You hope that JW Doyle can get 4 or 5 on the first carry. That can kind of set the tempo here. You want to try and avoid passing if you can. They've passed a heap out of this formation. Arlovsky's motioned outside. Patak will throw, and he absorbs the hit, but got it free. Boy, that was a gamble there. They nearly lost yardage. Instead, it's just an incompletion.
That's not what you want. You know, stops the clock at 4:52. And this rush has been relentless all game. Look at
Same
Meerkat.
formation again. Meerkat's motion right out. Gotta be careful there. Patak drops back, throws, is caught by Simons for a gain of 13, and the gamble pays off.
Interesting alignment right there for Meerkat in the old Leo spot that, you know, the Seahawks, even the Jaguars under coach Gus Bradley used to run quite a bit back in the day, which the defensive end just goes super wide to the outside and you know, tries to beat the tackle on the outside.
Well, there you go, because didn't quite work because she got pancaked there by Matty Mack trying to get through. Play fake. Patak's got some time. He can throw. It's picked. Not what they were after. Boy, they took the gamble. Chicago stayed through the air, and Minnesota have got the turnover, and they've got an opportunity to take the ball game back. Adrian Blaine with an interception, and this game was opened right up.
Yep, that's exactly what you don't want. That's an interception at the worst possible time. Oh, that's rough. That is rough here for Chicago. And Minnesota, what a great play. What a great play by the defense. Not only getting the interception, but putting the ball in Chicago territory.
Huge moment in the game when they go against your educated advice there. It didn't run on 1st down, and now Minnesota can go right to it here. There's no remorse from Johnny Reno. He gets 20 yards out on the first play. EJ Midson's first catch of the game.
Yep. I mean, this team can really dot you up and move the ball quickly in a second. EJ Minson running again another seam route and unable to make a play until it's too late for Chicago.
On a 25-yard completion, and now Reno is getting closer to that 300-yard mark that Patak's already surpassed. And they're 5 yards away from the red zone straight away. Run outside, that's caught by Jason France. They're just shy of goal to go. Minnesota's going to go into no huddle here. They like the defensive look that they're facing. Reno drops back again, throws end zone, almost
great hit.
Free. Great deflection there, got it away from Diza Powell.
That was Doug Day on the hit. Great hit to jar the ball loose. A clean hit. 2nd down and 10 here for Minnesota. You know, again, it's one of those situations you don't have to pass. You know, Chicago's on their heels, kind of like, you know, expecting the throw, but you can run it here.
Colorado's been absolutely flaming this defense in this second half. There's no reason to go away from him with this kind of position of the field. Reno will throw. It's a short throw. It's caught. He's got 9 there on that pickup. They're a yard shy. They'll go no huddle. Risky.
Yep, I don't like the
Will
no
they
huddle.
draw up? Reno drops back. He will throw. It's incomplete. They're a yard shy. They're going to have to go for it here, Ramos.
Yeah, I mean, for the offense, you don't want to have the substitutions, right? You don't want to have the defense substitute players after a long drive. They're kind of tired. I understand that, but you have to think of it. You still have 3 minutes left. Think of it. Come away with your best, 1 yard, 3rd and 1, 3rd and short play. Let's see what they do on 4th and 1.
They've got Ackerman and France both in the fold here. Doug Day has saved the Warriors about 4 times from conceding a touchdown on this drive. That was another touchdown saver on that play. Can they do it one more time? Reno's going to throw. One-handed Jason France in the end zone. Minnesota is 2 points down.
Yeah, the main man in the middle of the field. It's just a game changer, Jacob, when you can have that reliable target middle of the field and when you can just throw it and he's going to come away with a catch, a one-handed reception. Minnesota, now, they lost to DC early in the year by 2 points, failing on two-point conversions, right? This is a team that has not had a lot of success on them. Let's see what Chicago does.
Does lightning strike twice for the Legends here? Toss play outside. Isaac Knox, open space. We are tied with 3 1/4 left.
Wow, what a gutsy play call right there. That play really hasn't worked for Minnesota, but that's against the base defense, right? That's against a 4-3 defense. Now, this is a goal line defense. It's a little bit different. Obviously, in a goal line defense, normally you like to cover the inside gaps first because you're expecting the quarterback sneak or the fullback dive. They go outside and they're able to get the 2 points untouched.
A shock grandstand finish here in what will likely end up being the game of the week here when we look back on things on Monday night with the Monday night pregame show with Cam and Mike St. Green. This has been an unreal game. A performance that no one expected from Chicago. They have changed their fortunes around. They had a 2-score lead. Minnesota has cut it down to 0 in the space of 3.5 minutes. And the Warriors are now forced into responding here after the turnover from Type Attack. It's his 2nd of the game. And they've got to go back out here on offense. Try and get a score on the board and gash the clock away. Attack is pursued. Throw it outside. What a play. Type Attack finds Buchanan Simons.
He's just showing up with that arm talent. 45th first down combined for both teams. On the outside, that's a laser. That is just showing off.
He's ridiculous. 44 first downs in the game here. Both of these offenses have just been airing it out non-stop. Patak has had a career game today. Irrespective of the turnovers, he's been unbelievable. Handoff is faked again. Patak's going to throw. Almost. If he cooked that a little bit less, Buchanan Simons might have been making a house call.
Yeah, and that's sometimes the downside of having a strong arm like that is you can overthrow your receiver. I mean, if he puts it on the money, that's a touchdown.
Left that one in the oven for a little bit too long there. Type Attack, but no harm done They've still got possession. He will throw again. Oh, Minnesota brought pressure once more. He got a free there, but the blitz there from Blaine almost got home. Or rather, Nicholas Frossel.
Yeah, I mean, this defense is a little bit like, you know, again, another NFL comparison. Like Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator, he just sends the house. Like, he doesn't care. He just sends pressure, like, on 80% of the calls. And you know, it can be effective, right? But sometimes you live by the blitz or you die by the blitz.
In the case of both today for Minnesota, if that's even possible. And Patako Gonski sacked in the backfield. What a play by the interior linebacker there. And Minnesota have got a stop there right in midfield. Matthew Alvarado with a huge play.
That's what you call a nano blitz. I mean, he couldn't even finish his drop back. And Alvarado was all over it. And now Chicago will have to punt. Minnesota will have plenty of time with 3 timeouts.
So now Minnesota are going to have a chance here to break the hearts of all these home fans that have stuck with this team all season, have willed them into a real contest for that 4th win, just to give them some life heading into season 24. And now, after they're up by 2 scores, not 4 minutes ago, they've now got a chance, Minnesota, to steal this game. From the jaws of defeat, it was looking real harrow at 30-20. And now at 31 apiece, they've got possession back. Boy, has this turned against the Warriors. Single back off to the left here. Reno with 3 receivers. Plenty of time to work with. He throws it downfield. Caught for a first down by E.J. Minch's 2nd catch of the game.
Yeah, and it's good recognition. Again, Chicago mostly has ran cover 1 in this game. You run those seam routes, those go routes. There's only one safety, and one safety cannot cover everything. You know, I don't know if Chicago has it on them, but you know, at some point you have to, you know, try to go cover 2.
Handoff up the middle. Hart's got room to work with there. They called it out of the bunch, and Chicago relaxed the pressure a little bit, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning here. Minnesota on the move, trying to steal this one at the last minute. What a comeback this would be for the Legends. 31 apiece. Minnesota can continue rushing it downfield. Colin Hart's got 101 on the day. He's well surpassed the 1,000 mark in season 23. Drop back here. Hand off to the outside. Hart picks up a couple, and he's shy of the first down marker by 2 yards. And we'll see if they draw up here on 3rd down and long.
Let's see the formation, because every time they've gone into this, it's going to be a different formation, okay? Because every time it's been run to the outside, you have to run it through the middle here. You have to run it through the middle.
There's heaps of space for Isaac. Knocks outside, got a block. Taylor's trying to follow it, and eventually dumped out of bounds there by Nate Hall. But a huge carry from Isaac Knox, and crucially stops the clock.
I stand corrected. Great job cutting it to the outside right there. I think it was, it's a play designed to go right behind the tackle and the guard, but good recognition on his blocks, turning it outside. And again, the wind is against Mickey Malillo here. You really have to get to about the 25-yard line to feel comfortable.
Now then, 43 odd away from a score thrown. Oh, what a play there on the ball there by Alex Bond. Boy, has he been huge in this second half.
Yeah, he really has. He really has. And sometimes it's been on one-on-one coverage. And that's exactly what you want if you're Minnesota. You want to have one-on-one coverage against the safety. And Alex Bond is right there again.
90 seconds left in this one. Hold on to your seats. Chicago's trying to make some noise here. Trying to put Reno off again. He's got time. No, he doesn't. He's gone. 6-yard loss for Johnny Reno.
Wow. We have not seen a lot of pressure from Chicago, but what a time to come away with a sack, 6-yard loss. Now, if you're Chicago, you're sending people back. You have
what a play prevent here. Three men up front. They will drop right back. Reno almost got sacked again, and it's incomplete. They got the double coverage there. It's incomplete. Stops the clock with a minute left, and Minnesota aren't even close to field goal range. So Chicago's going to get another shot at this, Ramos.
Maybe the worst rep here for the offensive line of Minnesota. You cannot have your quarterback pressure on a three-man rush. That just cannot happen. Yeah. Both defensive ends got to the quarterback on a three-man rush. That just cannot happen.
Fair call. That's a good punt from Malillo facing that wind. They're stuck inside their own 20 here as Finnemore takes no chances, and now they need a huge chunk of yards for a score. But again, a field goal here is a game winner in this situation with the clock left on the board, and they've got the wind. But again, no contract kicker for Chicago. Could that play into things here late in the game? Patak's going to throw in and out of hands, almost turned over there by Frossel.
Man, you got to be careful. I mean, this is a game of cat and mouse. You really want to get in field goal range, try to come up with the win, but you cannot give the ball away this side of the field.
W. Doyle in behind, type attack, 4 wide. Again, for the Warriors. He drops back, throws the back. It's Doyle. He's going to get it outside, picks up 7. That stops the clock at 44 seconds, makes third down, a reasonable distance.
And I like that. Neutralizes the blitz, puts the ball into, a running back who can run over anybody at any given time and gets some good positive yardage, shorter third down.
49 attempts for type attack. This is going to be the 50th. And he's got 399 yards. It'll be 400 with any more forward progress. And he's an absurd stat line. Attack will roll out. And he shook the sack. Got rid of it. It's caught. What a play. Type Attack's had some magic tricks today, but that might be the best of the lot.
Oh my goodness. And what a catch. A one-handed reception. Deep, and again, the ball at the 50-yard line. On the flip side, even though you don't have your star kicker, the wind is on his favor. Get to about the 30-yard line and you have a shot.
Oh my goodness. Type attack again. This Minnesota defense can only watch and admire at the moment. He's pressured again, got it outside, falls harmlessly incomplete, trying to force it to Arlovsky. Couldn't quite find him, and with 30-odd seconds left on the clock, they're stuck at halfway.
All right, so second down and 10, 33 seconds left, 2 timeouts. Get rid of the ball quickly. Again, they're coming with a blitz every chance they can get. Involve Bully Truth.
That is Truth being motioned over to the other side here. Essentially trying to draw something up for him in between the numbers. Rolls out again, Patak. He's got time, throws it across his body. It's too big. Over the top, had a 2-on-1 matchup there. Couldn't quite find the receiver there, and Kyle Finnemore, who's been electric today. And now third down and 10. They got 2 more shots here to keep this drive going.
See here. Get Patak on the move again.
Expect that rollout, don't you? And drop back, short one is caught for a 5-yard pickup. They'll have to call a timeout here. Get the offense back going again. If he doesn't complete this here, that just adds another wrinkle into this game. We might be looking at overtime.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that timeout because you have to punt here. I mean, you call a timeout to punt. Unless you're faking again. I mean, who knows?
We've seen it before for Ruesch. We can put it past them this time, though. He will take no chances and try and push Minnesota back again with that breeze in his favor. He is going to pin this one down inside the 15, and good pursuit there from Nate Hall, and EJ Minchin can't get it out of his own end. And so now Minnesota's got 16 seconds to try and produce a magic trick. Otherwise, we are going to overtime.
That was actually Minnesota who called the timeout, so that makes more sense. But again, I mean, with 16 seconds, I'm not sure.
Reno drops back. Oh, that was very close there to being a one-handed pick-off there by Matthias Cetrion. That would have been almost game set bingo there for the Warriors because they would have been immediately in field goal range. Reno has to be careful here in this field position.
If I'm the offense, I'm playing for overtime here.
I think so as well. Reno's going to drop back again.
Maybe not.
Throws wide open, man. Downfield inside the 50 to the 40s. Pursued from behind by Bondu. Ushers him out of bounds at the 30. Is it close enough for Melillo?
Well, that's the old commentator's curse. Them talking about play for overtime, and Jason Francis putting the ball in perhaps position to try something here. I don't know if this is field goal range with a win against them. It's going to be about, what, a 50-yard field goal attempt, 51?
Mickey Melillo for a 50-yarder to break every Chicago heart. He's against the wind, crucially. Sends this one right to left. It's got the direction. It doesn't have the distance. We are going to overtime.
Hit the crossbar. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, he did absurdly well. We've seen that wind have such an effect in this half. To boot that, if it was 49, it's over the upright. Instead, we have an overtime period.
Oh my God, they just needed one more yard, Jacob.
That is an absolute heartbreaker. So Minnesota's going to get opening possession, much to the disapproval of the home crowd here. And here we go. This game, it's the finish this game deserved from a neutral point of view, but both teams feel they should have won this one in regulation. But we've got 5 more minutes to try and decide a winner. Sent up again. It's a short kickoff. Minchin's got some room to work with. He bounced it to the outside, got it up past the 35, and that's where he stopped there. It's a good early field position here for the legend.
Yeah, well, I'd like to see Mickey Melillo get another shot at it. Now he will have the win in his favor to potentially win the game. Minnesota, in overtime, it has not been kind to them. They lost to Indianapolis to start the season. Though, ever since then, Minnesota has gone on a 9-1 record since that Week 1 loss. One of the best teams in the Simulation Football League, trying to get to 10 wins.
This might be the time where their advantage on the ground comes into effect, because it's going to be a straight toss to the outside for Colin Hart, but he's met by Ricky Robertson right at the line of scrimmage for only a 1-yard pickup.
Yeah, Chicago has done really a good job against the toss play tonight. They really game planned well for it.
Single back again, triple formation. They're going to fan their lineman out again. Chicago, short throw. That's caught for a pickup and a push forward. Jason France has been huge in this game. He's got upwards of 150 yards. That's a season high for Viva La France. He's got a crucial first down.
Yeah, big play right there near midfield. Now 160 yards for the tight end. Special numbers right there.
He's been huge. Set them up for that field goal attempt right at the end of regulation. They hit the crossbar. Reno's going to drop back again. Picked off. Cannon going back the other way. Past the 40. Huge play for Chicago. Could that be a game winner?
Oh my goodness! Again, talking early in the broadcast, these linebackers can really cover all of them. And save Buchanan, second interception of the night. Still not field goal range, it's not scoring position, but Chicago just needs about 10 yards.
They had to run the ball there, Ramos. They had to run the ball. Even though they got the first down through the air on the previous play to France, they had to use Colin Hart, who's been really good today. And that could be the opportunity that Chicago needed to steal this one. Patak's going to throw. He got it outside to Buchanan Simons. That's going to get them an extra 7 yards. And now they're on the precipice of field goal range. But again, remember, question marks surrounding the kicker. They can keep it on the ground here in second and short with J.W. Doyle and try and get some extra yardage.
Yeah, good wrinkle right there. Normally on that formation, they've gone vertical offense, throwing the ball deep. Now they run the out route, just throwing a little bit of a curveball. They have to run here on 2nd and 3.
Pataka has run out of this formation before today. Motion across, but it's Doyle behind him. And Patak will run. He's got the first down and then some. Type attack. Took a shot for his efforts as well. And he's now inside the red zone, and Minnesota are firmly on the ropes.
32 yards on 6 carries. Also 2 touchdowns for Type Attack, who's been absolutely the motor of this offense. You gotta keep running, Jacob. I cannot overstate that enough.
Said Doyle again in the backfield. Truth in front of him. Patak's going to throw. He absorbs some pressure through hands. Oh, Adrian Blaine nearly got one back. Boy, Type Attack, you cannot be taking a gamble. You've got the game in 2 hands.
No, I mean, again, you don't have your starting kicker this week. Gotta make it as easy as possible for the backup to go win this game.
Said here, Doyle again. Gotta give him a carry here. As inefficient as he's been, hand off at the middle to Doyle, and he's blown up behind the line of scrimmage. So, but now you're still in field goal range. You cannot pass here. A turnover is the end of the world because your field goal unit's got a solid chance here.
Yeah, don't be scared away of a 2-yard loss. It's what I would say.
Here we go, Ramos.
Here we go.
Patak is going to try something miraculous, you'd imagine. He's had a bag full of tricks today. Has he got one more left in him? He will drop back. Arlovsky led the block. It was too big. There was a safety rushing across trying to get to it. And he throws it over the back. And now Chicago can drop this field goal unit out there to take this one and snatch it. 37 yards required from a backup kicker with the wind in at his back. Right to left. Straight through the middle. Chicago. Game, set, bingo. The Warriors have stolen it from the legend and create a logjam at the top of the standings.
That was a good old slider kick right there as he curved downwards to the outside, but good enough for 3 points. And Chicago plays spoiler here last week of the season. If you're Arizona, if you're Mexico City, if you're Florida, you're really, well, Florida is kind of out of it, but Mexico City, even Canton, you're really, really cherishing this right now.
What an absurd game. Ramos to create so much havoc at the top of the standings. There were so many teams tonight that were going for Chicago, and they've got the result they needed. Minnesota took a gamble on the first possession of their overtime period, and they turned the ball over. Mickey Molillo has another heartbreaker as his field goal attempt against the wind hits the upright and cannons off. And it's a win for the Chicago Warriors off the back of that crucial turnover from Sabo Cannon. He had 2 in the game, and the Warriors have got the win. Don't go anywhere. There's 3 more games up tomorrow before the Monday night spectacular between Mexico City and the Nashville Tempo. We'll see you then. Thank you for tuning in tonight, and congratulations to the Chicago Warriors.